Family photos. Why do we bother really? In the 90s, once you were done being born, the significance of that day for the next few growing years of your life was a 3-point agenda. 1. Feed everyone around you with a sweet, not necessarily a cake, irrespective of whether you love or hate them. 2. Since it's your birthday, there's a fat chance God will listen to you, so ask God to give you some more intelligence. 3. Click at least 3 photos. Before the smartphone revolution made every auntie, uncle and a grandma with shaky hands a world-class photographer, we had photo studios. This studio had exactly 3 wallpapers to choose from as the photo background. Choosing the right background that would complement the birthday child's new dress was the only skill parents needed to have back then. Another challenge was that if a stranger looked at a family photo clicked in 1998, 25 years later, he should instantly know whose birthday it was. So nobody else's dresses in the frame should shine more than the birthday child's. My parents took exactly 3 photos for each of my birthdays. One in standing position so that next year we could compare the horizontal and vertical growth rate with the previous one. All my birthday photos until 14 years of age are a perfectly plotted graph of my vertical growth with no change in the x-axis dimensions. Last year, her head had reached the base of that mountain. Now look, she's half an inch above the mountain shrub in the background. My parents would analyze. The second one had to be in sitting position. The photographer often insisted on this one because he brought a new photogenic chair for the studio. That was the only occasion when even baby girls sat ladylike, tilted in the chair with one leg above the other, hands resting on the knee and a proportionate smile that wouldn't show the fallen teeth. If there's just one child, he or she would be gracefully held in parents' hands. Usually the mother held her kid in her left hand so that the tummy side of her sari got easily covered up. The dad stood close enough not to appear like a stranger photobombing his own family photo. As the child grew, another one came and the grown-up shifted to the father's hard grip while the baby enjoyed the mother's soft hands. Calming the baby into a still mode for a click is an impossible task, but the photographer always had a trick on his sleeve. He'd have a beautiful coverall to bury the baby into. In another birthday's time, the elder one got demoted to the land while the new baby settled firmly into parents' cribs. A week later, when dad would bring the developed photos, he wouldn't let anyone touch them until he performed his ritual. On the back of each photo, he would write whose birthday it was and how many years the child completed with the date and time stamp. He would tuck them in the album's sleeves one by one and only then others were allowed to see the photos. The birthday photo saga went on until the birthday girl's height surpassed the mountain in the background. She had now hit puberty, which made age bombs burst on her small face. Her body is bulging in ways and places she still hasn't acknowledged, while her hands and legs stay the same size from when she was 3 years old. The milk teeth are all gone and the new ones are too crooked to let her smile happily. Besides, clicking a photo standing squished between her parents is too insulting for a teenager. The family photo saga has undergone a major upgrade in the past few years. Suspecting the changing times, my parents painted a vibrant pink background with golden blotches on the wall as the permanent photo background in the living room of our house. We don't need a choice of 3 backgrounds because nobody's growth shows up in the photos anymore. However, Mum does bring new bed sheets for the bed that hosts all 5 of us together in front of the camera. Even after a lot of crunching and shifting to finally fit in a 6-inch selfie frame, the father of the house is a misfit. He doesn't understand the concept of selfie. Hands intertwined into each other, he sits straight, widening his already broad shoulders. He then holds his smile and waits for the blinding flash and the kitchick sound of the DSLR that never comes. The 4 of us squish in for that perfect family picture. The mother always takes the center place between her 2 girls, trying to show she hasn't aged a day, even though she doesn't have to. We aren't a family that goes for regular mani-pedis, so hiring the not-so-pretty feet inside the dresses is a feat. The brother believes that photos are for children and girlfriends, not for mature men, even though he is the youngest in the family. After 1,000 adjustments, the selfie mode has clicked some 30 photos. Mum has closed her eyes in 22 of them. Brother has a red eye and his disgust for a family photo is too visible to ignore. I couldn't control a snide comment which made the sister laugh like an evil witch from the fairy tales, and my face is utterly distorted from trying hard to not laugh at my own joke. Father is the only one who appears the same in all 30 clicks. Not a single one of those is the perfect family picture that Mum brought an expensive bedsheet for and made everyone wear our best clothes. That pink wall is still waiting for its frame with a nail in it. My mother, whose children are now in 20s and 30s, is still waiting for that perfect family photo. Hi, my name is Praajakta, and if you've liked this week's episode, don't forget to tell me in the comments. Also, since nostalgia and fiascos are fun when shared, do subscribe and share this episode with your loved ones. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. See you next week. Irrespective of whether you love or hate them.